Welcome back to the Driveway Beers podcast with Mike and Alex. As always, we appreciate you listening. Please rate us on all the podcast platforms. Like, subscribe, comment, share wherever else you're listening, and enjoy the show. All right, thanks for coming back to another show. We appreciate you coming back as always. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Want to thank Adam Chubbuck with techmd.com at Douglas. He's with Douglas Realty in Pasadena at techmd.com, tacmd.com. If you're going to be in the real estate market, buying or selling or managing rental properties or any kind of real estate maneuvering, go to tacmd.com and contact Adam via email, phone, however, carrier pigeon, doesn't matter. Give him a call, contact him, and he will definitely guide you on the right path. And as Adam says, smile more. So this is New Year's Eve, and we're gonna that didn't make any sense. We're gonna kind of go through a bunch of things that have happened for the both of us, and maybe we'll talk about some things that we're talking about for the future. It's going to be a little bit of a hodgepodge of a show, but we're going to try and tie up some loose ends and things that we've kind of left hanging or that we haven't talked about in a while. Not that I don't promise that we won't leave any cliffhangers at the end of this, but some new things have happened, health-wise, life-wise, car-wise, RV-wise, and so we're just kind of going to wrap it all up in this show.
Yeah. And this is coming out around New Year's, right? New
Year's Eve. It is January 31st. So we can, December 31st. Jesus
we can make our New Year's resolutions.
We can. I don't make any of those, man. Want to know why? Because I never stick with them anyway.
No.
I'm not setting myself up for failure on day one of the year. I'm sorry. I don't think I've ever done one. I've never completed one of the New Year's resolutions. And so one year I was like, why the fuck am I doing this?
Yeah.
I know what my New Year's resolution is? Not to be a fucking asshole.
It's a big lift.
Hold on. All right, let me reword this. Again, I don't want to set myself up for failure. Not to be a complete asshole.
Right.
For no reason.
Right.
If there's a reason, I still hold the right to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I adjusted it.
Yeah. So no unprovoked asshole.
I don't think I've ever been an unprovoked asshole.
No, someone's usually poked the bear a couple times.
Correct. Yeah, I'm a reactive asshole. When I feel like I've been wronged.
Slighted.
Correct. Although I feel like my heart softened a little bit. But I'm not really sure how to go about it. So there's a certain individual, and this is not the softball related, all those people still fucking suck. But there was a person in the past who I felt wronged my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Now don't get me wrong, I don't want to be outright buddies.
Not hanging out?
No. However, when I see the person, I don't see red. And I have seen the person more often lately.
Well, and considering one of your children and one of who I think this person is, children are involved in a similar activity, you're probably going to see them more often.
Yes.
Especially if they both continue in said activity past their current level of schooling into the next one.
Well, so now keep in mind, his oldest and my oldest are now in the same school.
Correct. Doing
that activity that the two younger ones are.
Yes.
So I not only saw them at the same time that I saw you, I saw them the prior week for the same type of event for the other school.
Right.
And I didn't feel the hate.
Maybe I'm rubbing off on you.
Maybe. But again, it's not like I'm reaching out, right? And I don't think I would, like, if the person had come over and said something, I'm not sure I would have had, unless it started with an I'm sorry, I don't know if I would have had the conversation. Because I still feel a certain way. It's just not anger.
it's also been almost 5 years.
Yes. Yes, that is correct. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it just took that amount of time.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, though. In solidarity with the wife, though, I don't know that I definitely could not reach out. Mm-hmm. I would have to have a discussion. Because here's the thing. My wife saw the same person, and it was the immediate eye roll and disgust. Mm-hmm. So...
See, but then you kind of think he's living in your head rent-free.
But it's not in a bad way. Like, it's not a matter of do I hate you. It's a matter of I don't feel anything.
That's good.
Which is an improvement from the hate.
Right, because that's rent-free.
Right, that is rent-free.
I always say hate takes... So, I tell my kids this. And I tell people at work this. I tell whoever will listen. So, we're on a podcast, so we have this audience, so you're listening. So, hate and love are very strong emotions, opposite side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
In order to love somebody, you have to put work into it. In order to hate somebody, you have to put work into it.
Okay.
I choose not to put that work into hating anything, really. So, I can't think of any person who I have no, I hate the Kansas City Chiefs, but that's sports. Who cares? That's different. But I can't think of any person that I hate, that I've had a personal connection with at any point in my life. There's really nobody out there who I'm like, oh, I hate that motherfucker. I can't think of anyone. The worst I'll get is indifference, because at that point I'm not going to let them occupy energy. It's all it takes, and this is kind of hippy-dippy shit, but love is energy, good energy. Hate is energy, bad energy. It's still energy. There's still energy in the equation.
So I think the only way I would turn this is that I feel like the hate is a reactive emotion. Whereas if I see something or someone that I hate, if I see the person or I think about the person, the mood immediately changes for me. Mm-hmm. There's no effort that goes into it. There's no conscious effort. The effort is subconscious. It's there, and I can't. I have a hard time preventing it. Mm-hmm. Love is essentially kind of the same way, but it's also energy that I want to spend to that end. Right. I like the energy. Mm-hmm. With hate, it's not something that I want to feel, but I feel it.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of energy, different kind of exertion. Mm-hmm. With this person, for the longest time, it wasn't even... in the short term, it was active in the brain. I would say the living rent-free. The thing is that I don't think the person, in their mind, had malice in their mind. But what they did, in my opinion, was malice related, right? Mm. There's a difference. Like with the softball people, I feel like the malice was intended, and they worked to that end. Like it was intentful. I don't think his was intentful.
Yeah, I don't think his was. And if you look, well, first of all, it was all COVID related, and this particular family went way left. They were drinking the COVID Kool-Aid.
Yeah, but it wasn't their thoughts and opinions on COVID. Mm-hmm. It was the personal attack.
Yes.
On my wife.
Right. And my wife was subjected to it too.
Correct.
And then she's just like, I don't give a shit. And essentially like, oh, no, I'm going to do it and I'm going to rub their faces in it because that's my wife. So.
Well, yeah, but and the thing is, it's like the wives didn't really have a connection with the wife.
No.
It was a very loose one. If she was there, she was there. But most of the time she wasn't. She didn't participate. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of like out of sight, out of mind. The guy, though, was friends with the guys. Mm-hmm. Like, he was more of the social butterfly.
Yes.
And when he kind of joined in the personal attack, and again, it wasn't like a horrible personal attack. It was, hey, we think you're this way. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. There's been, it was because, it was, you're saying this about COVID, therefore you're this. Mm-hmm. Not, this is how you are in real life, therefore you're this. Because in real life, it was a complete opposite. So the fact that they said because you think this on COVID, you're this. Well, okay. Well, how about in real life? We've been anything but that to you personally. Mm-hmm. So why would you say this, right? Yeah. And that was the hurtful part of it. But again, as time has gone by, and I think we've mentioned this before. I think if there was just an apology, mm-hmm. it would be gone. But there hasn't been. Now, I also don't think that person realizes what they did.
Probably not.
Like, I don't think they remember it. I don't think they realize it. I think they were caught up in whatever happened. Or pride is getting in the way. Mm-hmm. It's one of the two. The funny thing is, like, dude, I'm like, if you just fucking apologize, it can go away. But like, I don't have the past to forgive because there's no apology. Mm-hmm. And again, it didn't happen to me. It happened to my wife.
Yeah.
So it's like, look, you could have, if you would have done it to me, all right, maybe, whatever. Maybe not. I don't know. But I don't know. So anyway, maybe new year, new me. I don't know. I don't think so.
Turn over a new leaf could be your resolution.
I don't think so because I still got the other hate. I see this person and I fucking see red. I see that other person, I see fucking red. Like I turn it, like I saw them the other night.
I saw.
You might have seen them when I saw them. They were coming out. We were going in.
Yeah.
And I saw them. Mm-hmm. Fucking red.
Yeah.
Like bad emotions, bad thoughts.
Yeah.
But I looked away, walked the other way.
Mm-hmm. This is, it's funny. This area is small.
Oh yeah.
And the more you get involved with, the more kids you have, the more things they do, the more people you start to know, and then the more repeat faces you start to see. So.
Well, I mean, I've said this from day one. My new goal is to make sure he's isolated as fuck. Mm. Those are now your people. That all your little fuckholes, that's your people. I'm going to make sure that everyone outside in this little small bubble knows what the fuck you did. So that they know, and look, they might not say it to his face. They might not tell him anything. But whenever someone meets him and he says his name, in the back of their mind, they're going to be like, oh, you're that guy.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're not going to see red like I do. But they're also probably not going to see him as he wants to be seen to anyone. And that is enough. And is that vindictive? Sure. But you fucked with my kid. So fuck you. And all the people that went with you. Mm-hmm. Fuck you too.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not what the show is about.
Right.
But so maybe I'm turning over a new leaf in the fact that someone who I kind of had similar but not as strong feelings about in that regard, I don't have those feelings.
Yeah.
Like I don't think about the person. The only reason I'm thinking about them now is because I did see them. Yeah. And I actually didn't feel those feelings. I was like, wait a minute. Where's the anger?
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe I'm turning over a new leaf.
Could be.
Except for that guy. Fuck him. Now the weird thing is, like, I know people listen to this, like, how come you have two people that you didn't fucking like? Like, just, like, what kind of a person are you? Maybe it's me. And it could be me. I do feel like I am I don't want to say this, overly loyal individual. Mm-hmm. And not that I expect that in return. But I do expect, I don't know, I expect friendship in return at least. My wife puts it this way. She says, look, we'll invite a person or a couple to do something twice. Mm-hmm. So you ask them once, if they say no, you ask them again.
Yeah.
Or if they say yes, but don't return the favor, like they don't reciprocate, you do it again. Mm-hmm. If they still say yes, but then they still don't reciprocate, okay, then you go radio silent.
Yeah.
If they want to hang out with you, they'll reach out. It's I guess they call it being like friends that put as much effort into you as you do to them, right? So like with us and our group of friends, it's a little different because we don't do like something once a month or whatever. But generally, like we have an event at everyone's house. That's how we get together.
Yeah.
Or the school events or whatever it is. Like that. Like that's how like we when our kids grew up. That's kind of like what we did in our neighborhood. That's kind of what we did.
Yeah.
Or we have an open invite thing, like on our Fridays. That's the open invite, either the pool or the tot lot. It's kind of like it's like a relationship that's matured, right? It's not like, oh, we're gonna go on date nights.
Yeah.
Like, we've done that, but it's been years,
Right.
But now it's like, okay, these people are hosting this event. They do it every October. We go there. These people host an event every July. We go there. These people do something every February. We go there. You see what I'm saying, right? Like that's how we get together. So for me, it's like when somebody kind of breaks that in some shape or form in a personal level, yeah, I get a little pissed off. That's where my issues come from.
Well, I think some things, because everyone in the neighborhood, our kids are all the same age. But then as the kids get older, they start branching out, start doing different things. So before, we'd all be on the same soccer team, all on the same t-ball team, or all on the same this, or doing the same that. Well, then you also have the point where, at a certain point, like, you have girls, I have boys. Their interests start being different.
Yep.
So then we start hanging out with our baseball friends. But the whole thing, it doesn't mean that, oh, we hate you guys.
No.
I haven't replaced you guys with them. It's just now we have a broader circle, so we're doing more stuff with different people.
Yep.
But it's, it's not like, well, Mike and Lindsay, like, they don't even return text messages anymore, so.
But it's also, okay, we've still done this with them.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's weird to explain. Like, it's not like we've asked, hey, come do this. And you guys, and like, I'm just using you guys as an example, because there has been separation through kids stuff, right? And you guys haven't said no.
Right.
Right? Like, we go to the Bay Sox game. You guys say yes.
Yeah.
We do Fire Pit night. You guys say yes. Oktoberfest night. You guys say yes.
Yeah. And then we had a baseball tournament, so we didn't go.
Right. but every other year, like if you can go, you go.
Yeah.
And then like Super Bowl, you have us over.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's an effort.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I was just using the 2-time examples. Like, she read it in like some women's magazine, so then it was gospel. Like, if I say it, it's fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
But the
thing is, you don't want to put more into a friendship than other people. Like,
I just don't want to be shit on.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like in those 2 instances, we got shit on. That's all.
Yeah.
So, I guess maybe I kind of take it personal, but I also think everyone who gets shit on should take that personal.
Yeah,
and not everyone's like that.
But you also don't want to be a simp.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not simping for these.
Right.
And I've had that with some, things that, organizations, teams I've been involved with, where it's like, look, I'm not simping for you fucking people. You know what I mean? Like, the second when I feel that my contribution to this isn't valued or recognized, fuck you, do it yourself.
Right.
I'll drop and roll like everybody else does. So that's kind of where, I get that too, where it's like, okay, I'm not going to be down here slobbing your knob, like for what? Like, screw that. It
was also like a few years back, someone had told me that they felt they were wronged by me. But they let me know. There was an argument, and then it was fine.
Yeah.
I don't have any ill will toward the person, and I don't think they have any ill will toward me. We still talk to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, both of us are still in the same group chat with everybody.
Yeah.
And there's no hard feelings from it. But it was also, okay, I did the person wrong. They let me know. I remedied it. I apologized.
Yeah.
I apologized to the wife. I made, like, I wanted to let them know, like, this is what happened. Mm-hmm. But I didn't dismiss what they thought either, though, because they were right.
Yeah.
I didn't invite them, but I didn't invite them because I didn't think they would come.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, we should, not that we should, like, why didn't you invite us? Was the thing. I was like, you're right, I should have invited you.
Yeah.
And this was after some back and forth and whatnot. I should have invited you. He thought I didn't invite him for something else, because of something else. I was like, look, my bad, dude. My bad. And I will invite him till the day I die now.
Yeah. Even though no show for shit.
No, he won't. And you know what? He won't show up. But you know what? As a friend,
yeah,
I should invite him.
Yeah.
And, like, he was right to call me out on that shit. Mm-hmm. Now, me personally, I like it when my friends call me out on my shit.
Yeah.
Because if I fuck up, I don't want to lose a friendship over it.
Right.
Let me know I fucked up. Give me a chance to apologize. If I then decide not to apologize, then yes, you have every reason to be fucking mad at me. If that's the way you feel about it. Mm-hmm. But if I then admit that I'm wrong and apologize for it, the fact that you brought it up means that you're at least open to the apology, I think.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would you say anything? Just be mad at me.
Yeah. You care enough to at least say something.
Correct.
So, yeah, no, I get that.
And like that's the way I deal with everyone. Like, I remember the one time, so like we had an incident where one of our friends was coming up from Florida, and I think I got a last minute notice about something. And I told you, Smitty, and Ty, I said, hey, look, that was kind of fucked up. And then Smitty was like, yeah, but he let us know late. I was like, I don't care, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I should have been in on the conversation, at least. And basically was like, all right.
Yeah.
And that was it. It was done within 48 hours.
Yeah.
But that's how I like to handle shit. If I'm feeling a certain way, I'll let you know. Mm-hmm. Things get said, and it's over.
Yep.
I don't hold a grudge. Because there's no grudge there.
Yeah.
There's, shit, man, sorry. Okay, cool. We're good. I think that's all anyone ever wants, though. And with friendships. Especially people that you're kind of close with.
Right.
It's like, don't meaningfully fuck us over. Mm-hmm. If it's accidental, apologize and we move on.
Yeah.
And that's all it is.
Yeah.
In those two instances, there was some, let's just say, there was purpose.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, sometimes it's just oversight.
A lot of times it is. A lot of times. Like, I remember there was one time, like, I think there was a fire pit night or something. And you were like, dude, I thought you were out.
Yeah.
The Sherry, my wife went down. She's like, they're having a fire pit? I was like, I don't know. And you were, like, I think it was even before she got home. She's like, I didn't know you were home.
Yeah. Yeah, because I saw her. I said, what are you doing here?
Right.
I thought you guys were out of town.
Right. And I was like, no, we're here. She's like, and you were like, fuck.
Yeah.
I think you literally typed the word fuck into the phone. I was like, don't worry. I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
And because we were going out of town the next weekend or the weekend after that. I was like,
I can't keep track of my own fucking schedule.
No. I was like, Sherry, trust me, this isn't what you think it is.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. But there was some, whatever. But anyway.
No, because I felt like shit. All of a sudden I see Teddy and Sherry. I think your daughter was. I was like, oh, crap. Like, you guys are here? You're not supposed to be here.
But, like, that's an oversight.
Yeah.
That wasn't, there was no intent.
Yeah. Screw those guys.
No. And so, whatever. So, anyway, maybe that's my New Year's resolution. Somewhere in there.
Yeah. So, vaguely.
Not to be a complete ass. Complete being the word. I'm going to be an ass.
Yeah.
It's in my nature. Somewhat. Maybe I would call it blunt. I don't have it in me to just ignore shit. I stew on it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, if I do something wrong, I stew on that shit. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel horrible.
Yeah.
Like, even if there wasn't, like, any amount, like, I just feel awful about it. I'm like, fuck, man. They probably hate me right now.
Yeah, I don't like doing that because it's like you want to stay cool and let everyone know who you value, that you value them, and that, you know, we're doing this, or you don't want to intentionally exclude, because, like, that feels like shit, even at adult ages. Like, it's like, oh, that sucks, you know?
I remember one time, I even, like, it was, like, I was giving hitting lessons to someone, and one of the girls brought me a bag of chocolate chip cookies, and I probably said thank you. I just don't remember it. Yeah. So that night, at 11:30 at night, I texted the dad. I was like, dude, I don't remember if I said thank you to your daughter for the cookies. Would you please let her know that they were great and that I said thank you?
Yeah.
And he's like, I think he was like confused.
Yeah, she brought cookies?
But I think he was like, dude, you already said what the fuck? But dude, like, I thought about it for hours.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this little kid, she's not a little kid, but this kid brought me cookies.
Yeah. Because
I was helping her hitting. And, like, I don't think I said thank you. And, like, that was going to bother me. Mm-hmm. So, I have mental issues, whatever. We've talked about my mental issues in the show.
That's not a bad one to have, though.
No.
You know? So
you got a dog.
Yes.
Another one.
Yes. So my previous dog and I turned a corner.
Oh.
Not previous. He's still my dog.
Right? Make it sound like he's dead.
Original dog. Yeah. OD. Dog. We turned a corner.
He's not a G. You can't be a gangster. He's a dog.
So we did not get along. However, over the summer, we took him to North Carolina with us. And he was a great dog. So I'm driving. It's a long drive down there. He sits on the center console of the van, and then just his little butt's there, and then the front of him is on my lap. I just pet him, and he was chill. And he goes to sleep. I'm driving along. And then when he's awake, he's sitting up, just looking out the window, hanging out, not being a pain in the ass, not eating stuff, not. Like, oh, well, you're cool. So then he was an awesome dog down there. Well, then all of a sudden, he and I are just like, we're just vibing. We're on the same page. Like, he's not doing spiteful, mean, stupid shit to me. I'm not getting angry at him for doing stupid shit. So everything's going great. Well, my wife had been talking about getting a puppy. It comes up every now and then. And usually I'd survive Then she's going on the internet, finding these. Oh, look how cute this puppy is.
Oh, no.
Look how cute this puppy is. And then, this is the springtime, when it first started. I said, I don't like the dog we have. I'm going to get another one. I said, besides, the timing's bad. Why don't we wait till the summer, when you're home, and the kids are home, like you can train the puppy, do all this stuff with the puppy. Okay, well then we don't do it then. So then, current dog, or OG dog and I turn the corner. We're good, so then this idea comes up again. Well, she shows this puppy, and I'm like, pretty cute. One of the things is that the current, or OG dog, is a mini golden doodle, so he's smaller. I like big dogs. I think big dogs are easier to deal with. They're not quite as stubborn. Easier to potty train or house break, some of the other things. So I wanted a bigger dog, and all of a sudden she finds this thing, it's a Labradoodle, so they're bigger. So we go look at this, they have all these puppies, we find the puppy, bring the puppy home, so now I have a puppy.
It is a cute puppy, though.
Yeah.
Although the first picture you showed me, she looked fucking possessed.
Well, get the damn thing to hold still.
It had like the glare in the eyes, so it looked like it was like Cujo.
It's possessed.
I'm like, this is not a good. No. Why would you get that? No. And then you showed me the nice picture.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, that makes more sense.
So her name's Millicent, so we call her Millie.
Millie, okay, yeah.
And because all of our dogs have all our dogs have M names.
Okay.
So we've had Murphy, Molly, Memphis, stupid name, which is OG dog, and Millie. My name is also M, so. But the wife's requirement is it has to be a girl dog because she's surrounded by dudes.
Right.
So she needs some pink in her life.
Sure.
So
she come to my house. It's all pink except for now the dog.
Right, you and the dog, you know. But this dog's like, I call her Puppy Shark because she's like a shark. She's in that nippy puppy stage. Where
Land shark, yeah.
Yeah, where they want to eat everything.
Sure.
But she's been a good dog. Like she can go into the crate for 9 hours, not mess it, and she'll be 12 weeks old.
That's impressive for a puppy to hold it that long.
Oh yeah, and she loves food. She's all about food.
Oh yeah.
And this thing so on Saturday, it'll be 4 weeks we've had her. She's gained 7 pounds. So she's
solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's, sweet, little sweetheart, our youngest doesn't quite understand that, hey, this is a baby. Like, you can't grab her by her back legs and drag her across the...
Can't do that.
So, I think she doesn't like the youngest too much.
Toughen her up. Toughen her up.
Yeah. Yeah. But soon, she'll be bigger than he is. And...
Well, I don't know.
He's pretty big.
Yeah. He's getting bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, give him a year.
Yeah. But OG dog and new dog, like, now they're starting to play. Mm-hmm. And he plays rough with her. Like, they'll be chasing each other in the yard. And he's, like, running her down. And, like,
take this. Wait.
Pins her on the ground by her neck. Mm-hmm. But then he'll let her win, too. And he'll be laying on his back. And
right.
He could very easily just flick this thing off into oblivion. But, he plays with her, too. So it's cool. I've always liked having 2 dogs.
I feel like dogs have a way of knowing the age of the other dog.
They do.
And I don't know, because, like, so our dog, big boy, 2 years old, he met up with a puppy from one of the neighbors, because the neighbors wanted to socialize the puppy, but needed one that was fully vaccinated, because their dog hadn't had the shots yet.
Yeah.
So we're like, yeah, bring him by. It was a lab. Mm-hmm. I'm like, bring him by, and we'll have him play in the yard and whatnot. And Teddy's not exactly an alpha dog to begin with. But he played with the puppy, and the puppy wasn't small, but he played with the puppy. But like you say, he let the puppy win some of the time, and he was not overly aggressive.
Yeah.
And this is a 100-pound dog with a 50-pound dog.
Yeah.
So he could have easily just sat. He could have just laid on the dog and said, like, suck on this.
Yeah, F you.
Right. Like an older brother does with a younger brother.
Oh, yeah.
You just sit on him. Like my brother did with me. Mm-hmm. No emotional scars whatsoever. But for some reason, I think they know the age of the other. I mean, maybe that's where the butt smelling comes in. I don't know.
Yeah, they can sense it.
Like, your dong doesn't smell like it's 2 years old yet, so I'm going to take it easy on you.
Right.
And my dong smells 2 years old, so...
Yeah. That butthole is not a mature butthole.
Right. I wonder if that's what they're smelling.
I don't know.
Like, does the butthole give you, like, their address, their phone? Like, it's like a
How much information is obtained?
It's like a business card.
Yeah. Like, oh, I see you're having Nutro. Good stuff. Mommy and Daddy like to spend the money on you.
Wait. You haven't been up the street yet, have you? What? I do hear that, like, when dogs smell. So, like, when you take your dog for a walk, they said you shouldn't rush them.
Yeah.
Because what they're essentially them smelling is like you checking social media to check up on your friends.
Yeah.
So, like, when they're smelling stuff, they can smell what buddies have gone by. They can leave a message for the buddy. Mm-hmm. So, like, that's why dogs, like, they won't piss all of their piss out.
Yeah.
They'll hold it and they'll pee as they go because they're leaving messages for the other dogs. Yeah. It's wild.
And they can interpret. So it was described to me like, if you walked in and your wife was making pot roast, you could walk in and smell like, oh, that's something's in the crock pot. It's probably beef. Pot roast, whatever. The dog could come in and say, oh, that's pot roast. It's beef. It's this cut of beef. It was from this kind of cow, if they knew. There's white onions in there. There's pearl onions in there. There's carrots in there. There's celery in there. They could tell you, like, the store it came from, like, all this, because they read the world through their nose, whereas we do it through our eyes. So the information that they get, Like, that's how they interact with the world. Like, that's how they're reading the world, is through their nose. So, and it also tires them out because they're running their brain.
Right.
You cannot physically exhaust a dog. Like, sure, like when you're walking your dog, he might be lazy, be like, yeah, I'm not going any further. So
that's the stubborn. Yeah, I get that.
But he can physically do it. But what tires him out is getting them out there and, you know, having them engage that brain. And by smelling, that's how they, you know, interpret the world.
So we took Teddy to the dog park the other day.
How'd that go?
I mean, by all accounts, it went fine. He loves other dogs. Mm-hmm. He's kind of embarrassing to have as a dog. Everyone sees him. Oh, he looks so nice, so handsome. He's a retriever. Yeah. And I did it to myself. I brought his ball. Mm-hmm. I was like, you know what? Today's the day. I'm going to throw it. He's going to go get it. And he didn't. My daughter threw it. And he ran after it. Mm-hmm. And then got halfway there and said, fuck it, and turned around.
Yeah. You shouldn't have thrown it that far.
I'm looking at and this other guy is like looking at me. Like, not that he cares. You know, Goldens are Goldens. But I'm just like, oh. We have the retriever that doesn't fucking retrieve shit. And so the worst part, my daughter has to go retrieve the ball that she threw. Mm-hmm. And then so my daughter's like, I'm going to try again. I was like, I think you know what's going to happen. We've had this dog for a year. He doesn't retrieve shit. She's like, I'm going to try it anyway. So she throws it, and this guy's dog goes and gets it. I look at him and go, you see? That's what it's supposed to look like, you asshole. You make me look horrible over here in front of the other people. But
so I took, so Millie, Memphis has no desire to retrieve shit. Millie, like, even for as young as she is, she's getting it. She'll bring it back sometimes. A lot of times I'll throw something, she'll run to it, and then run back. Yeah. I'm like, no, dog, you're supposed to pick it up and bring it back here. But she wants me to throw something else. So we've thrown all her toys.
Now they're all out there. Now there's more shit for you to pick up. I didn't think you had to teach a dog to fetch shit. Isn't that like naturally? It's like breathing. No, like,
some breeds aren't retrievers. So like Memphis, you'd think it must be the golden in them. So
the stubborn.
Millie's actually she's a Labradoodle, but they call it. There's all these different. First of all, she's a mutt.
Right.
Let's just put it out there. But she's I think they call it an F2B or FB2 or R2D2. I don't know what the fuck they call it.
It's too in depth.
But essentially, her mother is a Labradoodle. Her father is a Lab. Okay. So it's trying to get more Lab characteristics in the Labradoodle. So she's 67% Lab.
All right.
And then the rest is Poodle. So, because we signed up for the Banfield the vet plan, which is great because you take them in and you're not going to pay anything. You pay for it, but it's like a plan. So it covers their spay and neuter, all that stuff, all the vaccines, all the medicine. So, and we pay for both dogs, so they're both covered.
Okay,
but they give a genetic test when you get a new dog, and they tell you what. So she's 67% Lab, so essentially 2/3 Lab and 1/3 Poodle.
So did you get it from a breeder, or is it adoption?
No, we went up to one of those. I call them the Amish puppy mills.
Oh yeah,
but
they're big.
It's not a puppy mill, but it was an Amish guy we bought her from.
Big time up there.
Yeah, but we go up and the thing is, because we have some allergen type issues.
Yeah.
I'm all for adoption. I prefer it. Mm-hmm. However, if you're looking for specific characteristics of the dog,
the only reason why I ask is you said your wife was looking online, and usually I don't. The only thing I know that posts online are like the adoption thing. That's why I was asking.
Breeders do too.
I don't know. anyone who has issues with either a breeder versus adoption, fuck them.
Yeah.
It's not their life. They don't get to fucking choose.
Yeah.
I can't, like, some of those people are fucking militant about those views. Like, dude, they need to stop.
Yeah.
But anyway, beside the point. All right. Medical stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to have you go first.
Okay.
So, I forgot what you said something about you started intermittent fasting?
Yeah.
Again?
I did.
Or first time?
No, I've done it before. So a buddy of mine, this dude lost 128 pounds using intermittent fasting. So I was talking to him. He's a work friend. We, our paths crossed again. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. So 2 weeks ago, I decided to start this intermittent fasting. I was skipping breakfast and lunch.
You were just going warrior diet, straight to the
I was doing like OMAD. In fact, one day I did a 24-hour. But I was fine. I survived. Like, I skipped dinner the night before because I wasn't hungry. We had a late lunch. Mm-hmm. And then the next day, I skipped breakfast and lunch, and then we had a later dinner. So I came right around. It was a 24-hour period where I ate nothing except coffee and water. I survived. Like, people think I'm starving to death. No, you're not. You just feel hungry.
Right. Your body will feed off the fat reserves.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Of which I have plenty.
Well, so intermittent fasting in itself is not the end-all be-all. The reason why intermittent fasting tends to work is because if you're only going to eat between the certain hours of a day, generally there's only a certain amount of calories that you can put in your body in the
right.
day. Now, don't get me wrong. The amount of hours you can fast, the more your body can use its fat reserves because it doesn't have any new energy coming in. Yeah. And if you're only eating between the hours of, let's say, 2 and 8, a 6-hour period of time, mm-hmm. even if you could fit 2 meals into that, you're probably still not eating as much as you would have if you would have had 3 meals and some snacks.
Yeah.
So I think people think of intermittent fasting as, well, I'll eat everything I want in that 6 hours and I'll lose weight because I'm intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Like, they think it's a magical word that's going to make them lose weight, but that's not the case. You've got to look at your calorie intake and what you're putting in your body.
Yeah, because the way to lose weight is through caloric deficit.
Right. So
if you achieve that caloric deficit through restrictive eating, whatever it is, if you say, I'm going to do keto, I'm going to do whatever, or on a temporaneous, right, by time, you're going to restrict what you can eat. Now, today I took lunch in. The lunch I made was, I essentially made this scrambled egg thing. It was green peppers, slice of bacon, 4 eggs, sofrito, a little bit of cheese. So pretty much like just a protein. So I wanted to break my fast with protein. I did that because the day before I skipped breakfast and lunch and then got home. I thought my wife was going to order, because it's the Monday night special and there was the concert, all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. I thought she was going to bring that, we're going to eat before the concert. Oh, no. She called for it, but then it was like, we got to go, we don't have time to pick this up. So then, cancel that order, I housed a pizza. The entire thing. Mm-hmm. So it's like, let me try to get something on board before I get to the point where I'm housing an entire pizza. So that's why I decided to switch it up. But it's nice to know that you can do a 24. I'm going to try a 48, see if I can do that. But I've seen some results. Like I had to pull my belt in an extra notch.
Yeah. So, the only issue with going that extreme is that eventually, if you do go back, even if you go back to the 18.6
or 16.8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you go back to that and your calories go up, you'll rebound weight.
Yeah.
That's why I'd say, like, rather than going to the extreme of 24 and 48 hours or whatever it is, get on your schedule that you can get on. Mm-hmm. So if you can do, for you, if you're going to skip breakfast, the hardest meal for any parent to skip is dinner. Yes. Especially if you're used to having everyone eat dinner together, right? So the ones to skip, or breakfast is the easiest one to skip, because you just pop some coffee and you make it through.
Yep.
Coffee and water will generally get you through the morning, especially after the first 2 days.
Yeah.
The first 2 days are the worst because you want to eat. Mm-hmm. If you can wait until noon or 1 to eat a small breakfast or a small lunchish type thing, I mean, if you can stay under 1,000 calories, you're good.
Yeah.
Then for dinner, eat your 1,000 to 1,200 calories for dinner. And if you can do dinner at 4:30 versus like 7, even better.
Yeah.
That right there means you've only taken in 2,000 calories. For you and I to only take in 2,000 calories, that'll easily get you. They say you're supposed to do a 500 calorie caloric deficit per day for 7 days. That's 3,500 calories, which is 1 pound. Mm-hmm. That means you should lose 1 pound a week, 52 pounds a year, right? That's the math.
Yeah.
I remember it wasn't that hard to do. My problem was like, and that's how initially that along with going mostly protein versus carbs is how I lost the 42 pounds initially. I've then stagnated though. I haven't gained anything. I haven't lost anything.
That's good. That's good though. You didn't.
I'm right. Well, I'm right at 405. 405, 410. It'll fluctuate in a given day, but I generally stick around like 405, 410. I have slacked hard though. I'm now back to eating around like 10 o'clock versus 12. I should really wait. I got to be more disciplined in this. The problem is the place where I go get the coffee in the morning because our coffee maker broke about 6 months ago.
You still haven't replaced it?
No, we haven't, because now the wife wanted a certain type of coffee maker. So like we're old school coffee maker.
Oh no, I put the paper filter in it.
Yeah, that's what we did. Yeah. And then it broke. I was like, cool, let's just go get another one. They're like $25. She's like, well...
Was she want the Coffee Ninja or some shit like that?
She wants the one that grinds the beans and then makes the cup of coffee.
Is that good?
It is.
A buddy of mine has one in his office, and...
Dude, I get it.
The thing is, like, I like half and half of my coffee.
Yeah, me too.
With that thing, don't eat it.
I get it. I do.
Yeah.
But now for 6 months, I haven't had a coffee. I go to the place to get the coffee. Or what I've been doing is I've been using instant coffee, which is not great.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know. It's a couple billion dollar industry. And apparently they love that instant shit over in Europe. Fuck me, it doesn't taste good. It's like watered down. And if you put too much in, then I'm shitting for 3 days straight. Like there's a very fine tuned amount that you got to put in with the water. I still do it, though, because I don't want to spend money on coffee every day. But, of course, I'm going to go to a place to get coffee. I'm going to go buy breakfast.
Right.
Now I'm addicted to breakfast, right? I'm addicted to the ham and the cheese.
So here's one thing I did, because I'm a breakfast guy. Mm-hmm. And I don't like a continental breakfast. I don't eat cereal, which is just freaking sugar. I like bacon, eggs, sausage, all that stuff. So when I come home from work, I make myself bacon and eggs. I can eat bacon and eggs whenever.
Yeah.
Today for lunch, I brought in essentially bacon and eggs. It was like one of those egg scrambles, it had all the stuff in it.
I like it better when you make it yourself, because if you go to a restaurant and you make it, and I'm going to tell you why. If you go to a restaurant, I feel like they overcook the eggs.
Yeah.
I like my scrambled eggs a little runny.
Me too.
I love it. It's like dressing on a salad for me.
The correct way to scramble eggs is you put the butter in the pan when you pour the eggs in there. Is to not on super high heat, so you can just see it kind of moving, and then you just stir it, and then eventually you get the curds, but they're still wet, and then that's the correct way.
So you go butter. I've been good. Avocado oil.
So I just have butter. And butter, I mean, it's fat. Like, it's too fat. Like, they're not big. Neither one's worse than the other.
Not seed oil, though.
Right.
No,
I get butter. I don't eat the margarine and all that shit.
Our goal should be, every show we should tell people don't eat seed. No canola oil, no vegetable oil.
Yeah.
Either olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, or butter.
Ghee. Ghee's another one.
I don't even know what that is.
Ghee is just clarified butter.
Isn't that the thing they wear in like karate?
Yeah, spelled
ghee?
differently.
Oh, okay.
That's GHI, I think, and
right.
ghee is GHEE.
Oh.
But it's just clarified butter. That's all it is.
All right.
But you can, it's shelf stable. You just keep it on the counter. You don't have to refrigerate it. But yeah, I use that or just bacon fat. I'll cook the bacon and then throw the eggs right in there. So I save my bacon fat.
So I had some. It's on the same topic because when I went and kind of didn't cut out carbs, load the carbs, went more protein. So I had a heart exam done, and they did it wasn't an EKG. It was a scan of the chest and upper stomach area, I guess. But that was for something else. That was for looking for a hiatal hernia, which I do have one. It's small though, not fixable. It needs to get bigger in order for them to fix it. So that might be a reason for the indigestion, they said. All right, beside the point. They were doing a calcium score on my heart. And what a calcium score is, it measures the amount of plaque in your arteries.
Okay.
So apparently under 100 is good. 100 to like 300 is moderate. So you're trending in the wrong direction. 300, and I guess there's like 5 different scales. So I guess it's like 0 to 50 is great. 50 to 100, or 50 to 100 is 100 to 300 is moderate. 3 to 400 is higher risk. 400 plus means you're probably about to have a heart attack. I'm at 180.
Okay.
I'm right in the middle of moderate for the most part. So I have an appointment with a cardiologist. And apparently what it is when you've got some clogging going on. One, they call it heart disease immediately. Like, I feel like that's like not a great term for it.
No, that's probably pretty bad.
It makes it sound like you're dying.
Yeah.
Like if you have a disease, you're assuming you're going to die from it if you can't cure it. Which you can. I mean, if it gets worse, you do get a heart attack and can die from it. But I'm going to go see a cardiologist. I feel like the cardiologist is probably going to tell me to change my diet to have less cholesterol and fat in it. All right, well, that kind of doesn't help the keto situation. Not that I've been following it, but if I'm going to lose weight, I feel like I need to go back to that.
But here's the thing. What are they going to... So, they're probably going to throw a statin at you.
I'm already on. I've been on one since my 20s.
Yeah.
They might increase it. They might go from 40 milligrams to 80. That's as Purdue Pharma said, double the dose.
Yeah.
But I guess my thing is, if I'm at 180 now, can it be reversed without surgery? And everything I've read said no. So I've got to hope it stays at 180.
Yeah.
So, and initially we went through this because I was having some dizziness things. Not horrible, but enough to be like meant like, hey, this is new. Can we figure this out? So that's when we were thinking about blood flow to the brain, right? Or oxygen to the brain. So after I see this cardiologist, I don't think it's bad enough where they're going to do a surgery to put a stent in or whatever to like make the plaque go away. I also don't know. I guess statins are supposed to help clear it out, but I don't know if that would work anymore. I don't know. So I'm going to go see one in January. The hiatal hernias is going to be there. So that's not anything new. But so I don't know if I'm going to be able. I don't know what's going to happen diet wise. I think that was the only health issue for myself. recently. I'm trying to think. Still on vitamins. Mm-hmm. But I take a big old dose of vitamin D, vitamin B.
Yeah.
Still got my other drugs.
You still doing TRT?
Hell yes. Every week.
Yeah.
I found out why I got so many vials, though. All right. So apparently if your doctor prescribes you the 100 milliliter or whatever, the 100 dose, I don't even know what it is. The small vials are 200 milliliters.
Yes.
Okay. But they give you the 200 milliliters even if you've only been prescribed 100. They just expect you to do 100 out of it and throw it away.
Yeah.
Initially, I was doing 100 out of it, thinking it was half.
You cycle that shit, dude.
And well, then I was using the other half the next week.
Yeah.
So I've got like a whole bunch left over.
Yeah, you should cycle. You should go to cycle.
I don't even know what that means.
Just go up Bro Science will tell you, like, go to like some bodybuilding website and like just do HGH cycle.
Okay.
And they'll tell you how to do it. You'll be like,
what I did do.
Be freaking shredded.
So instead of doing just the 0.5 on the syringe, I may have gone every time I go a little bit extra. So I may be overdosing a little.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if I'm going to throw away the whole vial, I might as well use some of it.
Don't throw any of it away.
But I mean, like,
give it to Teddy. Well, get Teddy all jacked.
I don't think Teddy needs it. Teddy's already trying to hump the couch without his balls.
Right.
It was funny. Like, I think we brought it up to, I forgot who it was, and the person looked at me and goes, "Is he finishing? Like, he doesn't have any balls. He can't. There's nothing to shoot out." I was like, when he had, like, I felt bad because when he had his what's the thing, the kennel.
Oh, what
is that called?
The kennel.
No,
his cage.
It's a cage, but
crate.
It's not crate. Thank you, Jesus. Oh my God. He would go in the crate, and we used to have the blankets to cover it. He would go in there, and he would take the bed, like his dog bed. Mm-hmm. He would fold it in half and hump it.
Go to town.
How did he know to fold it in half?
Smart.
Right. But this dummy won't go fetch a fucking ball? But he figured out how to hump his bed? like, come on, man. I know you're not that dumb.
Think how many 14-year-old boys don't know how to freaking do algebra, but know how to jerk off.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
but I mean, this is a dog that doesn't have any opposable thumbs. Figures out, hey, I can take this. I can fold it over.
Fuck it.
And I can fuck it. Like, what? I just don't get it. Like, how did you figure that out? But you can't figure out to go get that ball.
Like, did you see the cage moving when he was doing this?
You would just you'd hear it like rocking, like a little bit. And the funny. Okay, so I got two young girls, right?
Yeah.
And they looked in and they saw him doing it, and the youngest one, "What's he doing?" And my wife and I are looking at each other, trying not to laugh. It's like, it's a boy dog. This is you. It's like, so.
He really likes that thing.
He's there's some instincts that he has. My wife was like, what are you doing? No. She just goes, he's just going to do some private things for a minute. Don't look at him, though. So then the whole joke was, don't look at him. So he would go in there and you'd hear it and like my wife, don't look at him. Don't look at him.
Don't make eye contact.
Right. And then he would just
he's looking right at you.
And the worst part about it, he'd walk out. And he's got his head down. And he's just like looking away in shame. I'm like, don't be ashamed, buddy. We know what's going on.
It's nature, dude.
Yeah,
but it's like when you take the dog outside to poop and they look at you. Like,
right. Well, apparently they do that because they trust you.
Like Millie looking right at me.
Yeah,
because you eyes.
So here's the thing: they look at you because they're looking at you because you're supposed to be looking for the predators.
Oh, okay.
You're protecting them while they're vulnerable. Mm. That's real science, by the way. That's the only factual thing said in this whole podcast. So, like when dogs pee or poop and they look at you.
So what about when he's humping his bed and he looks at you?
I don't know.
Is he vulnerable?
I don't know what that is.
That is.
I don't think so. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what like. I'm a guy. He's a guy. I know what he's doing.
Right.
But I also don't want to interrupt what he's doing. So
No,
I'm trying not to look at him.
I'm trying to be a bro.
Right. I'm looking out for him, but I'm not trying to look out for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I got like two curious young girls in the house going like, "Hey, Daddy!" Like, don't go in there. Don't go. Don't just let him finish. Let him. Like, I'm just like, I'm looking at my wife and going, what are we doing with this? So we got eventually. We didn't get rid of the crate because of this. We got rid of the crate. We always plan on getting rid of the crate, and we had him stay over at someone's house one night, and she was like, "Oh, he was whining," so I let him out of the crate, and I slept on the couch. This lady was amazing. She slept on the couch in the same room with him, and then the next night they did the same thing. And I was like, "So he's had 2 nights where he hasn't slept in this crate? Cool, let's get rid of the crate. Mm-hmm. Might as well do it now."
Yeah,
because we were going to do it in a couple months anyway. Because I always wanted him to just sleep wherever he wants to sleep. I didn't want him to think he had to sleep in his crate.
Yeah, so our puppy stays in her crate at night, mm-hmm. but the crate's directly next to me.
Right.
And it's like it's a foldable one. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the top opens, when the side opens, the end opens. So I just open if she starts getting whimpery, I just open the top. I put my hand in there, and then the puppy shark comes and, and then she falls asleep. So I used to have it on an ottoman, so it was the same level as the bed. Mm-hmm. So then, like, she knew I was there. Like, you know, it's just nothing between us but the fabric from the foldable crate. Mm-hmm. But now I have her on the ground. It's funny though, you open that top and she pops out of that thing like a jack in the box. But she's afraid to, like, if I put her on the bed, she's afraid to jump down. Mm-hmm. So she'll just stay up there. So it's kind of like, oh, I can go take a shower. She's on the bed. And mainly it's I don't want her, like, chewing on my shoes and socks and, you know, whatever is in the room.
Mm-hmm. We had to hide all our shoes, as you've seen.
Downstairs, the only time we put her... So we have this, like, corral. It's like... Essentially makes like probably a 5x5 area that's gated off. It's a folding thing. We put her in there and she, like, we'll go and she'll just chill in there. She'll lay in a little bed. OG dog, he's allowed out. Like, I don't crate him. He just does what he wants. But,
I mean, I think, don't get me wrong, I think the crate training for the first year is great for the dog.
Oh, yeah.
And Teddy had been crate trained. I think we got him to about a year and about 6 months. And then that's when we stopped.
Yeah.
But he, like, I do feel like he had comfort in the crate, though. Like, that was his space, right? But we've seen no negative effects. And the other problem was he was chewing on the bed. And every bed subsequently we've gotten him, he's chewed on. Which is strange because he doesn't chew on furniture. He doesn't chew on chairs. He doesn't chew on anything else. I was like, why would you chew? Like, if that's yours, why would you chew on it? But we just said, screw it. So we just don't, he doesn't have a bed. Mm-hmm. Now, and even when he had a bed, he never slept on it. Like, he would lay in it, but when he would sleep, he'd either sleep by the front door, he'd sleep on the landing of the stairs, or he goes and sleeps on the couch.
Yeah.
And that's where he sleeps. Or he sleeps by the vent, depending on how hot or cold he is.
Yeah.
I've never seen him at night sleep in the bed when he had one. So I'm like, okay, what do we have this bed for? He doesn't see it as a safe place, as his own, like, place where he can go and just be himself, or do, like, they always say dogs like have to have a place where they can go where it's theirs. Like, no one goes to it or whatever. He didn't seem to give a shit about that. So I'm just like, okay, let's get rid of the bed. And they go, but what is he going to, he's not going to be comfortable. I was like, he seems to be comfortable wherever he lays down.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem affected by this. And if he really wants to something soft, he goes on the couch and curls into a little ball that you don't think he would fit in.
Yeah.
I think we're cool without it. And he doesn't, the weird thing is, like, he'll lay and sleep on the couch, but he won't chew on the couch. Which, it's also a soft cushion, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know what he saw the difference as, is, like, not chewing the couch versus chewing the bed. I have no idea. So, but that was the issue we had. Like, we were wondering, once we let him out of the crate at night, would he chew? Would he cause damage in the house? Mm-hmm. And he hasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was the right time to kind of let him out and let him be free in the house and have free roam. Now, we don't let him go and We don't let him go in bedrooms. Now he'll sneak his way in.
Yeah.
But we try not to go in the bedrooms because he will grab socks. And we have socks and clothes, so
yeah,
the rest of it's fine.
Ever since we got the puppy, the original dog has been, I guess he had a little jealous streak, so he started eating socks again. He'll chew the toes out of a pair of socks. He murdered one of my wife's. She wears those. She had this pair of Hey Dudes that she liked among. They're her favorite Hey Dudes. She has like 50 pairs of them. He ate one of them. That was bad. She promptly reordered them. But it's not the puppy, it's him. So maybe he's like, hey, screw you guys.
He just needs some love too.
Yeah, but no, he's been like...
You have 5 people in that house. Yeah. Everyone love everybody.
Well, see, the puppy's kind of attached to me.
Right.
And then...
Well, do you feed it? And walk
we both feed it.
And you take it out?
I think it's just, I'm the one that sleeps next to, like, her bed's kind of next to mine. You know, that's where her crate is. It's right next to me. So I think maybe that has something to do with it.
It does.
Maybe she sees me as the alpha of the house. I don't know.
Or she sees you as the primary caregiver.
Yeah.
Generally, I mean, dogs who feel the person that's caring for them the most, that's generally who they'll gravitate to.
Well, it is funny. So, like, we had... The deal was, like, because the puppy was getting up at, like, 5 or 5:30, which I didn't mind, but some days I want to sleep in. So it turned into...
You want to sleep at 5:30.
Yeah. So now she gets up at 6.
Oh.
But it's kind of like this... My wife says, oh, we'll go every other. And I'm like, well, I did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And I'm like, every other week? She did today, this morning, but it was kind of begrudgingly. I guess I'll get up and take her. I guess you will. But I was up anyway, so.
But my wife does that to me because I don't take the dog for the morning walk ever. Not even on the weekends.
Yeah.
But my excuse is I didn't want the dog to begin with. She's like, you seem to like him now. I'm like, well, I'm not going to hate him just because he's in the house.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
come
not
on.
fair to him.
Yeah, I just wasn't the one that said yes to this.
But I take her, you know, like we have the fenced-in yard, so she just goes out and it's neat. She'll go down, she'll eat and crush food. And then all of a sudden in the morning, she's like, oh, wait, got to poop. And that's when I got to watch her because she'll try to run into the house. I'm like, no. Out back. She goes out back. She does this like thing where she runs from like place to place. But then it gets, I know where she's going to go. It's in the middle of the 2 sprints. And then it gets shorter and shorter and shorter. And then she settles on the spot. And then comes right back in, crushes more food. Like she gets like into the food. Like really into it.
Have you ever tried to put ice cubes in her water to see if she'll snorkel?
Yeah, I should.
We do that with the dog just to watch.
Yeah.
So like, you fill the bowl almost to the top, but you put the ice cubes in, and they'll bob for the ice cubes. And every once in a while you hear, it's them breathing into the water. They won't drown themselves. This isn't animal cruelty for all you fucking PETA people out there.
Yeah.
Forget you.
You didn't adopt and you're torturing him.
No, it's funny. And then, of course, I mean, you guys already had a dog. Now, is your wife on the Instagram?
She is. She doesn't do much on it.
So, mine's on the Instagram. And I never used to be until we got one for the show. So now, of course, I'm on there. And I send you stuff, but you never see it.
I just don't get on that messenger side. Like,
I send you some good shit, man.
I need to get in there and look at it.
It sent you some funny shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she sent, of course, now all we do, we basically send each other dog shit back and forth. Funny dog shit. And that's what our life is now. It's basically, one of us is on the shitter, scrolling through, sending the other one funny dog shit. Or funny husband and wife shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it is now. That's my whole, I gotta say, of all the social media, I probably enjoy Instagram the most.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's funny and it's fun. It isn't fucking negativity. I don't look at comments. I'm literally just there watching funny shit. So kudos to fucking Instagram, at least from what I see. Unless there's some dark side of Instagram I don't see. But, I mean, I don't see the dummy fucking dance bullshits. I see people doing fun shit. And that's all right by me. But, so you got a new dog. I could be dying tomorrow. Depending on if I have one of us was due to have a heart attack, right? I mean,
odds are.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it might be me. So, or stroke. I don't know. Who knows which way I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Hopefully, whatever's
a little from column A, a little from column B.
Yeah, you know, maybe stroke, maybe both at the same time. I told my wife, you know, if I gotta go, I like to be having, you know, be intimate in the bedroom and have it happen then, because then I'll be happy when I'm out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She might not like it because that's traumatizing.
Right.
You know. But I'm like, I'll go away happy. I was like, if you want to take that bullet for me, that'd be great. Proverbial bullet, not real ones. You know what I'm saying? But no, who knows? We'll see. Next show, I'll probably have a Yukon update. We haven't said anything in 6 months. Something special happened. I don't want to spoil it. And I don't know how it's going to turn out. So hopefully, this will finally fix it. To which then I will find more problems with and either fix and or trade or sell. I won't sell it. I always said the only thing I will give it up for, if whatever we're doing right now fixes it completely, the only thing I will do is I would trade it for the bigger one.
Yeah. For
the XL. Because I do have a little regret not having the extra space behind the third row. Other than that, though, if there's no deal to be had out there where someone's looking to get rid of their XL that's in good shape, I'm keeping this one.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why I get rid of it unless something else shits the bed on it. But all in, if this fixes it, I'll be into it for a total of $15,000.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're not getting any sort of 7-passenger SUV equipped the way that thing is for $15,000.
No. And you figure, I'm just doing some quick math here. If this thing I'm 2 years into this thing now. If it runs perfectly for another year, at $15,000, I will only be into this thing, essentially be a $416 a month car payment. I'm not buying another SUV of this size for that kind of car payment. If it goes for any more than 4 years or any more than 3 years, I'm in the plus way.
Oh yeah,
because even if at that point, if you're doing, let's see, by the way, 4, all right, then 3750 divided by 12. At that point, if it goes for year 4, it's a $300 a month car payment, basically.
Yeah, at 0%, which you're not finding.
Correct.
So,
and a 3-row SUV with a V8, I was never going to find that for $312 a month.
No.
Wasn't going to happen. So, people are like, well, you could have gotten a Toyota for $17,000. Okay. But I don't like that.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law got one. It's great for him. I wanted this one.
Yeah.
This was my bucket list car. Fuck off.
That's good. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So,
I mean, it was a good knock-around car. If this thing gets fixed, I can take it wherever I want.
Yeah.
And it'll be fine. That's the hope. And I really shouldn't have much else to get done on this thing.
Aside from an engine.
Oh, the engine's already been gone through for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. I've had the intake valves done, so the intake's been off.
Yeah.
The mechanic was able to look inside, and he said it's clean. I would say, I think if anything might have to get, it might be the exhaust manifold might have to get rebolted. I think one of the bolts is not right, but whatever. I mean, the metal's fine on it. I think if anything, you gotta back the bolt out, rethread it, and put a new bolt in. I don't think it's that intense of a thing to do, especially if you're under the car. I think it's right there.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't see anything else. I mean, electronics on these things are a bitch. The driver's side motor, one of them is busted, I think. not a big deal. I'm not really moving the chair. It still moves back and forth. It's the one that moves up the seat up and down. That's all. And it's fine where it is. The paint is a bitch. The paint is peeling. It is down to bare metal.
Yeah.
I can either clear coat it just to encapsulate it so it doesn't rust, or I can try and do a paint job on it myself, which I did with the roof. Mm-hmm. It looks a little shitty, but I don't care.
No one's up there.
No. Which to me is like if I'm not going to make this thing look good with the white paint, I might just encapsulate the metal with the clear coat and call it a day.
Yeah.
Until I decide eventually to do a paint job on it, if I do. But that's not important to me.
You could wrap it.
I could. I mean, I heard you have to, because the paint is chipped rather than faded, you'd have to Bondo it and then wrap it so that it's even.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what everyone's doing with those stupid Cybertrucks. They're all wrapping them because the stainless steel's a bitch to keep clean.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know how much a wrap is. So, but if it was like $1,000 to do a wrap, I might do that.
Yeah.
Because I might wrap it a different color.
Yeah.
I might wrap it like blue or something.
Hot pink.
I mean, it's white now.
Yeah.
It don't get me wrong, it looks good in white.
Yeah.
But I don't know. World's my oyster at that point. So we'll see. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you to Adam Chubbuck with Douglas Realty, techmd.com. We appreciate you listening. Sorry for the length of the episode. We had a little bit extra stuff to talk about. Next week, we'll talk about the Tahoe, or the Yukon, sorry. I don't want to blemish the name. The Yukon Denali, we'll give you an update on that. Did we fix it? Did we not? It'll be the new year. Happy New Year, by the way. This is January 31st. Happy New Year. Happy, healthy. Hope you're all right. Don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
Don't do any, no drinking and driving, none of that bullshit. All right? Get home safe, be safe. In fact, just stay home.
Yeah.
Nothing's happening out there anyway.
Nope.
Our audience is not in the 18 to 25-year-old range. Like, this is prime. This is prime.
New Year's Eve is amateur night.
For real.
That's where the Beckys go out and have a sex on the beach and throw up on themselves. Stay home. Spare yourselves the drama.
Stay home. Have a neighborhood party or something.
Yeah.
Be with people you know. That way when you do something stupid, they don't judge you. When you fall on your face in the neighborhood, no one cares. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for listening to the show. This April, next April 2025, that'll be officially 4 years that this show has been running, which nobody on earth thought was going to happen.
Nope.
Driveway Bears Podcast. Share it with your buddies or your wives. Talk to you soon.